We Are Wrestling.
We Are Wrestling.
Don, D-O-N?
Dick, got it.
Make sure to subscribe, baby.
We are wrestling.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, the best one, Donnie, here with...
What is going on, everybody? Danny Huckins here, man. 1/3 of We Are Wrestling. We got the sensational Ben Bruno over here, man. What is going on?
Oh, wow. That was a very left field fucking intro. But hey, guys, what's up? Ben here,
Hey,
the
man.
third.
It's the end of the year. I'm going out with a fucking bang.
You're drinking a Monster right now, so you are definitely not going out with a bang. You are definitely turning up like a monster, though. But what's going on, We Are Wrestling Maniacs worldwide? Ben here, the other third of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show. It is great to be back with you guys, the final episode of 2022. But before we get into all of our shenanigans today, Don, take it away.
This week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show, we are going to be talking about some of our favorite moments, returns, debuts, and even matches in 2022. But before we get into that, if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know the grind is real. And before we get into 2022, well, this does actually tie in with 2022. The We Are Wrestling channel started off with 80 subscribers in January.
Yeah, man.
That's fucking
Now,
nuts.
11 months later, December 2022, we reached 3,000 subscribers. How do you guys feel about that?
Bro, it's been a hell of a year, man. We grinded our asses off this year, man.
It's been quite a fucking year. We've definitely experienced the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. We've definitely learned a lot. Definitely, like, not in just terms of, the mojo and how we do things, but, like the mistakes that we make, some of the things that can really just bug the shit out of us. Learning how to kind of, control those things and to kind of tamper with those things to make sure that everything still runs smoothly, 2022 has been very rewarding, but it's also been a very big learning experience as well. So there's a lot of things
100%.
There's a lot of things that we're going to be bringing into 2023 that are going to be very great for all of us and hopefully for all of you guys.
You know what I considered
the thing is, at the beginning of the year, for years, me, Ben, Donnie, we've known each other. Me and Ben were obviously, really, really good friends. Me and Donnie and Ben, the three of us, we never really hung out. And then, when I started doing the talk show, we brought Ben along, and we pretty much been inseparable ever since. So this year has just been I don't know, a lot of ups, for
Exactly.
More so.
Yeah. You see, here's how I felt about 2022, and I think it ties in with what both you guys said. For me, I felt like last year in 2021 for me was getting out of my comfort zone. One of the best resolutions I have ever made in my life because it's definitely made me grow into the person that I am today. And in 2022, I felt like this was really the year of growth. Like, not only on, YouTube, but also, in real life. I got engaged, to, my soulmate, the love of my life. Love you, Meadow. And, this year I've grown a lot, personally and mentally, and I'm very proud of the person I am today. And a lot of that happened this year, but also what Danny was saying. There was a lot of rewards in 2022 because I can't really think of a lot of downs. I felt like this year was a lot of ups, and I feel like we've accomplished so much here on the We Are Wrestling channel, and also like behind the scenes in our real life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 2022 is definitely a big year, like you said, of growth. Like we all three of us gents have gotten very close in the last year. Like we've known each other for years, we've been friends for years, but like this year specifically, with amongst the talk show, for example, I'm going to your place tonight to party.
Yes, all right.
Like I'm going to your place tonight to party. Like that alone. It's so different and it's so cool, like everything is just growing personally, professionally, creatively, and it has been probably easily one of the most mentally challenging years. Like it's been one of the hardest years, but that's, also part of the package of growth. You go through shit in order to figure shit out for the bigger picture in the future, and I think that's more positive than negative because it makes you realize what you want out of everything, and I'm really, really stoked for 23. So just want to get that out there.
And like the thing is, I gotta say, like we were just talking about like how close we've all gotten this year, and for years on this YouTube platform, all three of us wanted to collaborate and we all wanted to work together. We just never found what it was, and it's crazy that we found what it was, and that's professional wrestling. And honestly,
it was in front of us the whole fucking time.
I'm not even gonna lie. In 2022, like the memories that we've made, not only doing all of these episodes of the We Are Wrestling talk show, but going to these independent shows, doing these watch-alongs, freaking, even hanging out, like not even doing YouTube stuff. It's honestly been one of the biggest highlights of my year because I'm so, grateful to have both you and Danny, in my life now. I consider both of you guys my brothers for life.
You gotta be when you work together like this a lot, man. Like I said, we all three of us have our own little We Are Wrestling group chat, and half the time it ain't even about fucking wrestling. So half the time it's just us shooting the shit about something. But majority of it is wrestling and like what we want to do and like things like news and stuff that's coming out. We kind of like discuss amongst ourselves, and that's kind of how we like our formula for crafting a lot of the things we talk about on the show is. Sometimes it's just bullshit, and like a lot of it's like the greatest part of it. So,
and I always say this with the We Are Wrestling talk show, I would not want to do this talk show without both of you guys. We are the big three.
It would be very peculiar because like I've seen We Are Wrestling with different hosts, obviously, like, because in the beginning you go through, different hosts and you kind of are able to really pick apart flaws in chemistry, with this one though, like with the three of us, it's just organic, because this is literally how we talk to each other in real life. Like this is how we're just literally shooting the shit. We're not putting on any persona. We're giving it our honesty. And I think that's what is needed in a show like this. And you have to be really good friends and have good chemistry.
And real quick, I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good, bro.
I gotta say, that's the thing. Like the vision I had for the We Are Wrestling talk show has been exactly what us three have done on the talk show. This is the vision I've had since day one. And Chaz and I, we started the We Are Wrestling talk show, and this was a fun project for us because we, of course, like outside the We Are Wrestling channel, Chaz and I, we were working on season 2 of DITB1, which was one of my outside projects, which at the time, my Donald's the Best One channel, Best One Network, that was my number one priority for over 12 years
or something. Yeah.
12 years until year 13, which is this year on my YouTube career. And I, started making We Are Wrestling my number one
Lucky
priority.
Number 13, bro. And look what happened.
I fell more in love now with, professional wrestling because of, this channel. And Chaz and I, it's incredible to see like what has happened here. And I'm really happy to see now, like even, we have the We Are Wrestling talk show, us three. And going into 2023, Chaz and I, the two, founders of the We Are Wrestling channel that created this, we're going to be having our own podcast. We Are Wrestling Old School versus New School, which will be starting new episodes every Monday, January 9th. For some of the old school fans out there.
Hey, that's my mom's birthday.
Yeah, and I was lucky enough to guest host, I guess you can say, or be a guest on one of the episodes.
I'm excited to see that one.
So
it's a good one.
Be airing in February.
That's gonna be that will be the Valentine's episode. That will be on February 13th, where Danny will be guest starring.
Oh, really? We even got a release date. Look at that! Boom, release dates and everything. That's man. 2022 has been a very interesting year creatively because,
Bro,
like, again,
we met the Hardys, we met Sting,
motherfucker.
Karrion Kross, fucking Malachi Black, all these fucking guys.
I met the dead man, the Undertaker.
Exactly, man. And it just it like it's so weird. Like it's cool. It just I'm just over the moon about 2022, man. Like we really did. It's been a very interesting year creatively. Like not even just wrestling. Like in our own personal channels. Like I've taken a little bit of a break in the past few months, but I'm very excited for what's next in 2023. Like there's a new intro that I'm like considering filming rather than doing just a montage of some of my videos, which I mean, like I'm probably going to include that too in the new intro, which is also there's going to be a new opening intro song as well by the same band that does the one currently for me, and it's absolutely fucking heavy, and I'm just so excited about it. So there's like a little bit of a rebrand going there and stuff, and I'm also bringing new shit to the channel as well. Like I'm considering doing full movie watch-alongs. Like obviously, like
nice.
split up and everything.
Can't wait for that.
I'm gonna be doing show watch-alongs and shit like that. Like more gaming shit. Like I'm actually gonna be doing some voice acting shit. Like I'm actually gonna be doing some more things that kind of spread out the universe, and I'm really excited about that too. So just the whole growth in general, and the like the excitement of being able to continue doing what we're doing, but almost being able to do a soft reboot of it with an expanding universe inside of the channel. So I'm really excited about that.
So
And
what
I'm
about
excited
you?
about the excitement of a
So
clean
now, what about you, Danny? Like with your YouTube growth, like what are your plans for 2023?
site. Oh, I'm so excited to hear.
My plan for 2023 is I want to actually get monetized on my Danny H vlog
Fair.
channel. I think I have the right tools to do so. I feel like I have a good presentation. I feel like I have a
Yeah.
lot of good information to spread out to people.
Absolutely.
Last night during the SmackDown watch along, like I had 15 people. A good solid 15 people.
Hey,
in
can
the
I interrupt
stream,
real quick?
Go for it.
I will say this, Danny. You'd be very surprised. My dad is a Daniac. He actually does. He actually thinks that you do have a lot of potential to really grow on the platform. He does tell me that a lot.
Look at
My
that.
dad is a
Honorable
Daniac.
metric.
All right,
Oh,
now you
wow.
can get back to what you were saying.
Okay.
But yeah, man, like
He loves the
Humble.
talk show.
my whole overall goal is, because like obviously everybody, in order to do this kind of stuff, you have to have a passion for it,
Oh, of course.
Mhm.
But I'm pretty sure I can speak for all three of us. Like when you actually see some kind of like revenue come in from, doing something that you're really good at, I mean, there's no better feeling than that.
Even
I
if
mean,
it's
we went,
$2.
I mean, we got monetized on the We Are Wrestling channel. We went from less than 100 subscribers to over 3,000 subscribers in 1 year, bro. That's like nuts.
Yeah.
One of the funniest things that we did, so when we got our first like YouTube check from Google, we were at the Sting meet and greet, and we
Yeah.
were going to go out to eat afterwards. And I told them, we can go anywhere you guys want. And you know what they wanted to do? You know what we all did? We literally got food at a food court with our first YouTube check.
Hey, man.
Such
stay
a
humble.
highlight.
I'm
Stay
I'm
humble,
easy.
man.
I'm easy, bro. I don't like
Yeah.
expensive things.
I'm so easy too.
I'm not picky at all
Give
when
me-
it comes to food.
give
I'm
me-
picky
get-
but
not-
simple.
Give me pizza or a good burger, man. I'm good to fucking go.
Same
Mhm.
there.
Oh my fucking god, you make me want
Pizza
the
or
Robin,
chicken
bro.
tenders for me.
Oh, you make me want to hit the Robin so bad. I was just in front of that bitch last night too. Oh my god. Oh
Wait, what? Red Robin?
yeah, that's my
That place
spot,
is
bro.
so good. So
Slaps
good.
every time. Fucking smacks, bro. The guac
We had,
Onion
pepper
ring tower, man,
smacks.
so good.
See,
We
no,
had
I don't
Red
do
Robin
the onion
the
ring
other night.
tower. I do the bottomless fries with a shit ton of campfire sauce,
Bro,
motherfucker.
man.
Yes, you
Ooh.
gotta have the fries, man. The
Ooh,
unlimited
bro.
fries.
It's so
There's
good.
there's
It's
bro,
so
there-
good.
There's this place. Bro, there's this place in
Went
Chicopee.
from wrestling to food.
Yeah, we're
Guy,
rebranding, man. We're
Guy,
rebranding.
this is the 2023 process. We're rebranding.
There's
We
this
are
place.
healthy.
There's this place in Chicopee, Mass, man. That I ordered DoorDash for the first time a couple of weeks ago. It's called the Burger Shack, bro. their fucking milkshakes are to fucking die for, man. I
I
have
went to
never
Shake
had
Shack
Yeah.
in Boston with Cam. That was so good.
Bro, back in May, right before I saw the new Batman movie, I hit fucking Wahlburgers for the first time ever. Oh my fucking god, it changed my life. Their truffle fries, banging. Their fucking burgers, slap. Fucking incredible. I'm sorry that like we're talking about food right now, but obviously we want a sponsorship. Clearly.
Yeah, so now let me get into my
that's a
YouTube
goal.
goals.
That's
before
that's
we
a
get
goal.
into
That's a
wrestling.
goal we need for 2023, man. I want us to get our first sponsorship deal.
That would be fucking amazing.
That would be awesome.
That would be fucking great. And I would be so down to film like legitimate commercials for them. Like I would go balls deep for whoever the fuck we're sponsored for. Like it could be a soap commercial and dude, I would do questionable things for a fucking sponsorship. I would do questionable things. 100%, dude. Like that is a 2023 goal.
Just don't drop the soap, Ben.
If you want to,
I'm gonna get one of those fucking bracelets that has the little fucking the little string on it, so I don't.
I know what you're exactly talking about too.
So if you want to sponsor us, hit the email in the description, man.
Absolutely, and if it's Brock Lesnar, if you're watching this, I mean MJF does. So if Brock Lesnar, if you're watching this, I will take a fucking ride to Suplex City if we get a sponsorship from anybody. I will take a suplex, even if I die. I'll do it.
Yes. Going into 2023, starting this episode, we are going to be putting the We Are Wrestling business email in the description below because we do want to, start collabing with other, wrestling content creators. We also want to, start working with some businesses and really grow this brand. But going into 2023 for myself, I want to continue to keep growing the We Are Wrestling channel. I think, I've done an incredible job this year with my reactions.
Yeah, man.
Doing them all, from the Royal Rumble to, the end of the year.
Dog, I'm telling you.
I got kind of slow towards the end of the year, but still, throughout the year, I stayed pretty steady.
Dude, I am telling you, reactions are the way to fucking go,
And I
bro.
can't believe it because before I hated them.
Dude,
I hated reactions.
I'm telling you, man, people
now I love it.
go fucking nuts watching you go nuts about the shit they're nuts about. Like, it's nuts. Literally. Like, it just, I can't stop saying it. Like, like, again, with me and Dan, we started on music reactions for fucking, for YouTube. Like, that's what got us started.
And it's crazy
to want to do all
how
these things.
on this YouTube platform,
And we grew.
I've done little reactions on my DBTV channel, the basketball highlights and stuff, but I never was really into reactions.
Yeah.
But this year, it's like the little things on YouTube that I wasn't doing for 12 years, because this is year 13 for me.
Yeah.
I was not doing the little things like doing videos like this, having a camera on, HDMI and having like a friggin' one of those batteries that you plug into your camera. One of those, what
you
what
never
do you call
thought
that?
you were going to have an actual set that you were going to use every day.
Exactly.
Like, you never thought.
For me, I always recorded on a camcorder and, a microphone, which this year I invested in, a DSR camera. I have a whole set behind me that's wrestling. Best One Studios has changed now drastically. I'm talking into a microphone.
Yeah, man.
Like, this has been a very weird experience because a lot of
You
YouTubers,
learned.
this is how a lot of YouTubers make their content.
You learned
For me,
that
I was doing it a different way for 12 years until now.
You learned that you belong in front of the camera and not just behind it. You can
And that's
do
something
a
I did a
lot.
lot on my other channel, Best One Network.
Doing
I was
these-
always behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Doing these episodes is like remotely is easier though, because we all have
Yeah.
families, we all have other stuff we have going on or whatever, and it's easier to just hop on here and then have all of us like meet at one place, whatever, because we don't always get the time.
Yeah.
we
And
wouldn't.
that's the thing, like with and that's the thing about me as well. Like, even with reactions, I started to really get passionate towards reactions this year. Year 13.
Yeah,
I
dude.
am finally into making reaction videos.
Bro,
That's
there's
something I am
nothing.
going to do real quick in 2023.
Yeah.
Not only am I going to be very active on the We Are Wrestling channel,
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to be putting a lot of content out on Best One Donnie, which I've been starting to post videos on there. I want to do, toy reviews. I want to do, toy hunts, collectible videos. I also want to do a lot of Nickelodeon nostalgia reaction videos.
Yeah, dude.
And maybe even do, some reactions to like, stuff on
That's
there.
what I'm saying, man. Like, and also like open up a like a
Sky's the
poll.
limit.
Like, use your community tab a lot more.
Mhm.
Like make that another goal. Like, create a lot more polls of like have a few video ideas, put the votes out there, see what your audience would prefer to see, and then shoot out for that and see how it generates.
And one last thing too, I will be having probably my final video on Donald's the Best One next year at some point. I've just haven't had the time at all doing a full-time doing full-time on YouTube here on the full-time We Are Wrestling and full-time work outside of YouTube. I have not had the time to, finally close that chapter, but in 2023, I will be having one final video and probably finish out my other series on there, which I think is Uncut. That's the only series.
Oh, Uncut's so fucking good. Uncut's
takes a lot of
so
time,
fucking
man, to
good.
work on those.
I
For only
fucking
20
love
views.
Uncut.
Hashtag support small creators. But now let's get into some, 2022 wrestling. I think this was a great way to start off the talk show, talking about our personal goals and what we're proud of that we did this year.
Absolutely.
So now, with this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show, we are going to be talking about 2022, some of the highs, some of the lows when it comes to professional wrestling. And I say the best thing that we start off with is the debuts and returns. Because through the years, in professional wrestling, every year we get over 100 debuts, we get over 100 returns. And this year, let alone in professional wrestling, we have had so many debuts and returns. So many reaction videos I had to make this year of returns and debuts.
Yeah, man. So I'm going to start this one off if you guys don't mind.
Go right ahead.
Go for it, man.
This year, again, it pertains to 2022 in general because it has been the most chaotic, the most shocking year in pro wrestling in a very long time. Like, we saw things happen that we never thought. Like, for example, the first big thing, Vince McMahon isn't a part of WWE anymore. Like, that's fucking nuts. I never thought that was coming for at least another 15 years until this dude literally dropped. Like, I thought he was going to be with the company until he went. Like,
if you hear everybody from WWE that's worked there, every single one of them have said, like, they expected to find Vince McMahon dead in the chair because he was never gonna go.
I'm saying, man, like, again, and that also ties into the returns we got because of his exit. Like, for example, my favorite, but it's unfortunately really rocky right now, was Karrion Kross. Like him coming back meant so much to me personally because I'm a fan of his work. Like I'm just
I love the way
they set it up. Like the way they set it up, it felt larger than life, and especially after fucking Scarlett rather putting the fucking hourglass in front of Roman. It really put a lot of false promise there, it feels like right now, because his opponents have been super underwhelming, unfortunately.
Except for Drew McIntyre.
Exactly. Drew McIntyre, great fucking feud. But after that, it's like, what is he doing? Like, and I want more out of him because, like, he's built like a star.
He's got potential to be the WWE champion.
He does, and it's absolutely fucking unfortunate how his return has been handled right now. So I wouldn't say that, like, for example, right now, the biggest thing that really bugs my soul is his live show at Madison Square Garden. They were chanting "This is boring," but it wasn't at him specifically, or fucking shouldn't have been because that's criminal. I think it's his booking and the way that it has been booked.
There's so many wrestling podcasters that think he's boring, which I think is absolutely delusional.
I think it's delusional as fuck.
Go watch his work in Impact Wrestling and Lucha Underground.
Exactly. 100%.
I will say
he's got potential.
He's fucking great.
I like Karrion Kross. I like the presentation. It's a lot better than how he was booked when he first came up to the main roster, looking like a fucking Jedi or whatever.
Gladiator.
Yeah, looking like a fucking gladiator.
Demolition.
But I will say he needs a better moveset. He does the same 3-4 moves or whatever, and that you pretty much like. You can lay out how a Karrion Kross match is gonna go.
I can see what you're saying. 100%.
But at least he ain't doing gymnastics. He ain't doing friggin' flips and fucking Canadian destroyers and super kicks like every other wrestler.
I just think like when we saw him at Northeast Wrestling, like it was really cool to see him. But I feel like that match was very underwhelming because I was expecting more. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I feel like he should be doing like more flips and some Canadian destroyers to kind of help. I feel like he should step outside of the box a little bit.
Maybe different moves, but just not super kicks or Canadian
Definitely a different
destroyers.
finisher. Like I could see him with a nasty submission finisher. Like I could see him with a nasty
Doesn't
power
he like put
finisher.
someone in like the straight jacket, like submission,
Something like that. But
like
like
a rear naked choke or something?
see, when he winds up the clock, it looks like it's coming for something so much bigger, but I would want a bigger execution out of something like that and maybe a different just finisher in general. Like
Most of his matches end with him, hammering the back of his opponent's neck, and then he goes down for the 3. Like, I just wish his matches were a little bit more exciting because he's got the presentation.
Mhm.
He's got the athleticism, he's got the build. It's just his move set is, very mediocre, and I don't think it's, gravitating towards the audience. Like the audience doesn't really care for it.
He needs a stronger gimmick as well. Like he needs to have stronger character work per se. Like I feel like he should go back to the Hitman.
Keep doing backstage stuff with him. Keep doing vignettes. Keep doing promos.
Put him
That's
in
how you're
fucking
gonna get him over.
I hope we get a Bray Wyatt.
I was literally about to say that. I was
That would
I
help
was
him out a
seconds from
lot.
saying that.
That
I
would
was
help
seconds.
him out a lot, I think.
That would be a feud for the ages, bro. Like that would be fucking phenomenal.
Especially how like dark and how like cryptic they both are, and they're both very like gothic, misunderstood characters. You know what I mean?
Bro, I wouldn't be mad if
tell a
Bray
great
Wyatt
story.
came out of fucking nowhere and won one of Roman's fucking titles. And then that was how they set up the feud. Like I honestly wouldn't be fucking mad at it. Like if he fucking fucked Roman as quickly as Roman fucked him, like I would be interested in seeing that, a very quick thing, and then setting up Cross and Bray. I would be all over that. 100%.
What's a debut for you, Danny, that like stands out or return?
Bray Wyatt.
I would have to. I would say Bray Wyatt, but
That's my next.
I'm gonna let you have that. I mean, it doesn't necessarily. We can all pick from different things or whatever. We don't have to pick the same
Anything
thing.
professional wrestling.
We can all have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
I would have to go with the return of MJF because I mean they're still carrying it on. We got the whole storyline with the Firm and Ethan Page against Danielson,
And at least it's a
Danielson versus
solid fucking
MJF.
story.
I gotta say real quick with the Firm, I love what they have done with Ethan Page so far with the Firm. They've done a great job.
Ben, I know you're not keen on watching AEW. Go back and watch Danielson versus Ethan Page from this past week. It's the very first match. Fucking fire, bro.
All ego Ethan Page, man. That's somebody you gotta watch in 2023. But I gotta say, one of my returns, because I'm gonna give Ben Bray Wyatt just because he, had a crazy
controversy.
moment on all the
controversy.
I'll give you Bray Wyatt, but now
Shut the fuck up.
The one debut or return that really stands out to me that I gotta mention, Cody Rhodes, the WWE.
Oh my
man.
God, yes.
Such a great moment at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was
Having
one of the returns.
Presentation that he had in AEW to bringing it to WWE, loved it.
That was one of the returns that almost legitimately brought a tear to my eye. That was like one that was just so perfect because they allowed everything from AEW to be brought over to WWE because that was his stardom. That is his star power. And the fact that they gave him everything, the Homelander jacket, like they gave him fucking everything to bring over. The fact that was literally like the greatest crossover that we've ever seen, even though he was just transitioning. But it's not every day that you get to take something from another promotion entirely, and bring it over to WWE. It's very rare, and just the nuance of it, his opponent, the moment, the setting, just everything was perfect about that re-debut, and that one literally almost broke me emotionally because it's something that we all knew but wanted.
Vince McMahon admitted to Cody Rhodes as well that
he made himself a star.
You went out there and you made yourself a star. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's not about the bad blood anymore. It's about business.
The trilogy of matches that he had with Seth Rollins, and I mean, can we talk about the Hell in a Cell match when?
Oh my fucking God, that was the most brutal match I've seen in at least the past 15 years, at least, because it was real.
I would have to say that's match of the year, bro. Like, there's not another match
without
this year that
dude,
really stands
without
out.
even fucking doubting it for a second. In all of professional wrestling, that is match of the year in 2022. You can't top it. You fucking can't. Don't at me. You can't fucking top it. That was just pure, just dedication and giving literally everything to your passion, and
that
was the face of that.
That was
Like,
not a quick match either.
No, dude, they went for like a half hour.
Cody Rhodes could have been like, I'll go out there, you know, I'll compete for everybody, but you know, I want it to be a quick match. I wanted to get it over with. No, Cody Rhodes went out there and
they
put on a
allowed
banger,
him.
bro.
They allowed him to do it because his pec was already torn off the bone, so there was no more damage they could do to it other than just bruising. Like, so they allowed it to happen, and he is really a real sport for being able to go through that much for that fucking long just to please the audience.
And then the following night, Seth Rollins attacks him with a sledgehammer, and that's what, you know, takes him off of TV so he can't have surgery.
Smart. Always putting somebody over.
Bro,
you just
like,
put
you gotta
two
do it.
legends in the same ring. And
I
they
don't know
put each other over in that one
Donnie,
match.
I don't know during editing if you could put a picture up of that whole attack, but when you see Seth like driving the sledgehammer into the torn pec of Cody,
Brutal.
bro, like that it makes me queasy, man. I can't watch
Brutal.
it.
Mhm. And that's the thing, like, that was actually one of our most, watch along, views that we had on the We Are Wrestling channel.
I don't think you were with us that night.
I
think it
wasn't,
was-
no.
I think it was me and Ben, and we had what, like 40 people that night in the stream. I was like, whoa, bro. That was before we started using StreamYard and everything. It was nuts.
Absolutely nuts. But we are definitely going to be getting into the matches pretty soon. But now, Ben, Bray Wyatt. I'll let you have the spotlight here.
Oh my god.
One of the best returns.
That one really, really was just. I think it was more so for how emotionally impactful it was for a lot of the audience, and Bray Wyatt is without a doubt one of the most creative minds in the history of professional wrestling. Like, the dude is just one of the most creative minds. So you don't know how he's going to resurge. You don't know, because there's 1.5 million plus 1 billion and then some ways that he could do what he's going to do. He's one of the unpredictable people in professional wrestling, because he could literally come out as a butterfly and sell it for me. Like, and I would be completely drawn in, and I'd just be invested as to what the hell he's going to do next, because there's definitely going to be a turn to it. And I think his was one of the more long-awaited returns, just because of the star he was built out to be, and he very much so is. And again, his aesthetic is obviously very pleasing to me, to Danny. Like, everything that he represents is just fucking excellent. He's had some of the best matches in the company, some of the greatest feuds, rivalries. It's just, and now this is his first time really stepping into the ring after Brody Lee's passing. So it's like, how is that gonna intertwine?
And I love how he honors him.
I do. I love it. Absolutely fucking love it.
The light in the entrance when, like, at Madison Square Garden, he did the Brody Lee thing.
The door as well.
Cool.
Yep, and the door when he came out was incredible. Like, it just, he is what I'm looking so forward to in 2023, and how they're gonna steer his run. 100%.
Can we talk about the QR codes, man? I don't think the QR codes would have been able to get as over as talked about if it wasn't for Bray Wyatt. Like,
absolutely. That and his subliminal messages on Twitter, his bio, all that shit.
Like, I don't like. Me personally, and this is not anybody else's point of view. This is my point of view. People can agree or disagree. I don't think there's another person in the pro wrestling game that is more creative or more of a mysterious kind of person than Bray Wyatt.
Absolutely.
The last person that we saw that was this like cryptic and this mysterious was Undertaker.
Mm-hmm. He has that type of star power to get there eventually one day, to be as big of a star as Undertaker was one day. But the way I say it is, he is definitely a more vocal Undertaker.
Bray Wyatt reminded me a lot of Raven.
And
Oh, absolutely, dude. Raven was great.
everybody I've heard that has met him says that he's one of the nicest people you would ever want
Yep.
to meet.
I
Same
can
with
say
Karrion
that.
Kross, dude.
I met him. I met Bray Wyatt. One of the nicest, friggin' one of the most beautiful human beings out there. Seriously.
Oh, dude, I
Like
believe it.
there was this kid that like was disabled and like had like it like he was disabled, and Bray Wyatt, when he comes in for the VIP experience, he pretty much, introduces the kid, and then the kid comes in all smiling, like happy,
Yeah.
and really gave him that experience. And it was so, like, as a fan of Bray Wyatt, that was so beautiful to watch.
Yeah,
Seeing this
absolutely.
kid, making this kid's entire day.
Yeah, man.
And
Like-
really acknowledging him and, like, talking to him, like making him feel special and important.
Like he was there specifically for him almost. And that's
Mhm.
those are the best types of heroes that you look up to because they really save the day for you, man.
And that was
it's
my
it's great.
highlight. And that was my highlight when I met him, was like the way he went all out for, this kid.
Mhm.
I feel like there's a lot of pro wrestlers that are like that, because out of everybody that we've met, all the shows we went to throughout this past year,
Yeah.
like we have not had one negative experience the entire year.
Well, I mean, fucking Donnie did with Dustin Rhodes.
Wow, that was very
Say Don did.
minuscule,
I did.
You're welcome, buddy.
With somebody that I wish I didn't have a bad experience with. But
Yeah, that's always a
'cause
heartbreaker.
I kind of feel bad. He's going to be retiring in 2023. So I feel kind of like a dickhead.
How do you feel like a dickhead? You didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yeah,
do anything. The
but-
fuck?
Yeah, but having, that bad experience.
It's
like,
okay if the We Are Wrestling channel gets more followers than him on social media, then you can rub it in his face, be like, haha, dickhead.
I would have made him under Carlito's fucking
I'm still a
name.
fan of him, even though I had a bad experience with
He's
him.
not even on my level. You're right.
Is
He's,
it?
I want
he's
him to
above
be
you.
paired. All I know is in 2023, I want him to tag team with Danhausen. That would be funny.
I cannot be a fan of if somebody gives me like a negative experience meeting them, I can't be a fan of that person, because that means they're not that good of a person to begin with, so I can't fuck with people like that.
See,
I try. Like I'm
I try to
trying
understand.
be.
I try to understand, like I try to
Mhm.
understand that some days it's a bad day and it's not always like that, but it's how I feel about how you're handling the situation, whether or
Yeah,
not
like,
you're genuinely
can-
just burnt out,
You can have a bad day, but you can still
You still have to be
I-
great to your fans, man.
I don't think
They're the reason you're eating.
I don't think Dustin is gonna have a line of people wanting to meet him like somebody like Bray Wyatt does.
Mhm.
You know
No,
what I mean?
absolutely.
If somebody comes up to your table and
I agree.
wants a picture and wants to buy something, like, you give them a cool experience. You don't be a dick to them.
Hell yeah, man. Like you're
'Cause
literally.
If it wasn't for people like us, bro, you wouldn't have a fucking career.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
So-
why do you think I went off on fucking Sasha Banks, bro? Why do you think I went off about that shit? Like, again, it's about the people that literally held you above water, and they just like,
Mhm.
you really have to bite the bullet and appreciate those people, man, because they're the
Mhm.
only reason that you are who you are. Other than your
Well-
work ethic, it's all them.
But a lot
I
of the
will-
wrestlers though this year we've had, I think, great experiences.
Fucking amazing experiences, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So now let's get into some of the best moments in 2022, because there's a lot of great moments
Easy.
this year.
Easy for me, man. I already have one.
I got one too.
I got a lot of them listed right here.
We're probably gonna be saying the same thing, but it has to be WrestleMania. Steve Austin returning against Kevin
Oh
Owens.
yes,
I had
that
that.
was one of the
Yep.
greatest moments of all time, because like it just shows that this dude after 19 years is still better than he's ever been before. But that also begs the question, what is Homeboy getting so ripped for? Like, he was already in great shape, but apparently he's been hellaciously going at it lately.
Bro,
He's
if
been,
you
like-
go on Steve Austin's Instagram,
if
every
you're
other
going that
video-
hard, something's definitely up. Something's definitely going down if he's going that
WrestleMania,
hard.
Stone Cold versus Corbin. Watch.
he's not
I would
busting.
love
he's,
that.
he's not busting his ass in the gym to go fucking hunting a
Two of the
deer.
greatest bald dudes in the ring to ever fucking do it. To ever fucking do it. Head slaps all around.
You're gonna see Stone Cold give JBL and Corbin a stunner.
Somebody brought this up on one of their live streams the other day, and I gotta kind of agree. Like the more I was thinking about it, the more I was, I could definitely see that. I just want it to be a different thing. Kevin Owens and Steve Austin. What about Steve Austin versus Seth Rollins?
Oh, I'd be all over that. I'd be
That'd be
all
great.
over that, dude. Seth Rollins is fucking golden with whoever he's in the ring with. So if it's Steve Austin, there's going to be some magic made between both people. Both parties are going to be on fire.
Hey Ben,
What up?
please do the laugh.
What laugh?
The Seth Rollins laugh.
No. No. Don't fucking Zazzaro. Sorry.
Bro, that sounds like the Matt Hardy laugh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful.
Whoa! Yes.
Oh.
Coming soon to We Are Wrestling.
Being like 3 years old, literally, my uncle would be like, "Oh, body slam," and he'd be elbowing me, and he'd be like, just doing moves on me in the living room.
My cousin Stash, he was a big wrestling fan because of the Attitude Era, and I saw him playing with the Jack Pacific, the WWE toys.
And myself included, we look more forward to these surprise entrants than sometimes the actual Rumble match itself.
If you are in a fast-paced environment like the Rumble, you need to, have that fast pace. Which is why I think, new school has a little bit over the old school.
I'm a huge fan of characters. I think that's a huge thing that's missing in today's wrestling.
Honestly, I would rather take the belt that I'm wearing on my pants. I'd rather be representing that than the fucking the new WWE Championship, okay? We are Wrestling Old School versus New School podcast. New episodes airing every Monday starting January 9th. So for moments for WWE, the only one I had was Stone Cold return. Even though there's a lot of them, for me, a lot of the moments this year that I really enjoyed was from AEW.
Oh, God, yeah, dude. There were some
So
great
many.
fucking moments. Like, for example, MJF winning the fucking world title finally. That was a
let me-
feel-good fucking
Bro,
moment.
that was a huge moment. I could see a million miles away
It's
though
true.
that
It's true.
William Regal was gonna help him though, just the way
That
it
was
all played
amazing.
out.
If there's anybody that needed to, it was William fucking Regal. Like, come on, man. Like, he's literally the dirtiest player, like, ever. Like, he could give Ric
Greatest
Flair
villain.
a run for his money for dirtiest player of the game. Like, that dude is fucking great. If anything, I prefer Regal over Flair. But that's a discussion over another time.
So now with MJF, there was a lot of moments this year for MJF that really stood out to me in great television.
His pipe
One
bomb.
of them was the pipe bomb.
The
Absolutely.
MJF famous pipe bomb, man.
Oh, and I know the
God.
edit's coming right now. You fucking mark! I know that fucking...
I want you to fire me! You fucking Mark! Fire me!
Also, I did really love his feud with CM Punk when he did the tell-all promo.
Oh, yes.
And really gave an insight into his real life and made CM Punk feel bad for him.
I
You know,
love when they
people-
fucking break the fourth wall.
Storytelling was incredible.
People
Yes.
can
A++.
either agree with me or they can disagree. MJF's best feud so far has been with him and CM Punk.
Because it was real,
Best feud
bro.
in AEW
It's
history.
real. Like, they took reality and really capitalized it in a clean way for compelling television, but was still able to make it very brutal. And
Bro,
I
that
love
that dog collar match and everything that led up to the dog collar match, man. Was
Yeah,
nuts.
dude, I've seen the promos. I saw part of the build-up, and I've seen the dog collar match itself. It's good stuff.
As a
again,
as a
you know, it
wrestling
just-
figure fan, please friggin' Jazzware, give us a ringside exclusive dog collar MJF CM Punk 2-pack.
Quick shout out to the painting behind Donnie of one of those said promos. Yeah, that was one of the greatest moments in wrestling history that I've ever seen, and it showed how great this kid is because again, he's younger than me.
Yeah.
MJF is younger than me, and on top
He's
of the fucking
25,
world.
26.
He's 26. I'm 27. So like it's a year or a few months, whatever. But the fact is, dude is on top of the world at that age, and there's a fucking reason for it. And that picture right behind Donnie is one of the biggest.
Made by his fiance. Incredible art.
Bro,
artist.
the promo where MJF was standing in the middle of the ring,
And he started fucking crying.
He was talking about how he went to the meet and greet and met CM Punk, and
chills, bro, chills.
It was insane,
phenomenal.
Man. It was
and
insane.
Another promo for MJF that stands out to me that I had was MJF and William Regal going at it. I loved it.
Oh,
before or after? Before he fucking nailed him with the fucking brass knuckles?
Nailed him. Gotcha. I'm talking about the one before his world title match at Full Gear.
Yeah.
With the whole villain thing.
Yeah, man.
Loved it.
That's it just MJF is one of the biggest things that like I'm really, really, really stoked about for 23. Like I'm really, really stoked to see where his career goes, what he accomplishes.
He's my favorite professional wrestler right now in the game.
If there was an award for best promo, it would definitely have to go. I'd definitely have to go with MJF, because like there's nobody in the game right now outside of maybe Paul Heyman and Roman sometimes, depending on the story that they're in. There's nobody better. There's nobody better or more compelling at promos than MJF right now, and I'm gonna stand by that.
Oh yeah,
and I gotta say,
especially when you're the kayfabe king.
Another underrated AEW person that needs to get credit where it's due for his work.
Yeah.
Christian Cage. Those savage promos that he cut on Jungle Boy. So underratedly great.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Christian Cage is one of the best heels that I feel like we've ever had. Like he's great. He's great on the mic. He's great
this year, let alone, was really good.
He's one of those performers where he's really, really, really good at getting under your skin. So it just like anything that he says when he's in heel mode, Christian, is just fucking, oh my God, it's brutal. It's brutal to even listen to hear him talk, but that's what's so great about it, is because it's so compelling and it gets you to feel that way. And
he cuts deep.
He's killing it.
Very deep.
And I kind of do like the pairing between Christian and Luchasaurus. I just feel like it fits.
I do too.
It's almost like Christian has some kind of like mind control over the dinosaur, and he's, Christian is the mouthpiece, and Luchasaurus is sort of doing all the dirty work.
He's like the body. He's like the brute.
I gotta say, 2023, I want Luchasaurus and Lance Archer to be a tag team. I think they would be great.
That would actually be pretty sick. Lance Archer's hasn't been on TV. I don't know what the hell he's been doing.
Exactly why you need to put the Murder Hawk Monster with Luchasaurus. That would be a great tag team.
Hell yeah.
And it would benefit both guys too.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, man.
But I gotta say, this year, let alone for professional wrestling, there were so many moments. If we talked about it, we'd
be here for another 5 hours.
Literally, it'd be a 10-hour podcast.
Hell yeah,
this
man.
year, let alone, I think all the defining moments that happened really invested us professional wrestling fans even more. WWE, as soon as Triple H took over, so many great moments we got.
Moments I never thought we'd ever get.
AEW, Tony Khan giving these guys, the freedom on the mic. We got incredible friggin' segments out of it.
Mm-hmm.
This year, for a professional wrestling fan, it's been incredible.
A new guy that people need to pay attention to is Ricky Starks, man. He's been showing.
I was actually just about to say that when his promo was with MJF was phenomenal. Like for a newer talent, or he's not even newer. He's been around for a little bit, but for me being exposed to this talent for the first time, phenomenal, dude. Like, and he's great in the ring. He's fucking clearly can hold his own on the mic against the best to do it right now. He's great, man. That whole promo, that just the feeling. I think me and Dan watched it either on not the talk show, or so we either.
We were shooting the shit, all three of us.
We were shooting the shit, and you guys had me watch the fucking.
So mad we didn't record that.
Because it was great, dude. It was genuinely great, and that's another dude that I'm also looking forward to checking out more of their shit in 23 as well, and I hope he has some pretty great success.
It's just weird, this doesn't really. It kind of ties in with this year, but it really doesn't. When you think about all the extra work that guys like MJF and Ricky Starks did, MJF, that famous segment or whatever where Samoa Joe pushes him up against the wall, or
Yeah.
Ricky Starks being in the background of Rusev during his WrestleMania entrance, and now to see these guys flourish and be in like a world title picture, like it's
MJF being more
insane.
successful than
Best
Samoa
feeling in the
Joe.
world. Just like when Max Caster, won the tag team championships. Because I've watched this
Oh my
in Blitzkrieg for years,
Hey
grinding.
Joe, remember that time
the
you pushed me in your
Choke
fucking
most-
entrance?
One of the most
Holds up
over
world
tag,
title.
one of the
I'm
mo-
so happy for Caster.
one
Hell
of the
yeah.
most over tag teams in 2022 has to be the Acclaimed, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I gotta say, like, when it comes down to it, like, this year has just been incredible. And it feels great to be a professional wrestler.
This year has been nothing but growth for everything, including wrestling, because WWE really dug itself out of a very deep pit that I didn't think that they were going to be able to do so quick. But Hunter has made a lot of great changes. Like, yes, recently we have seen flaws in his booking, but he's only a human being, and he's
In
doing the best he
2020,
can.
my prediction, 2023, Triple H, I think because it happened with Tony Khan in 2022, that momentum is going to start slowly going down, and then people are going to start criticizing Triple H like they
Oh,
are
absolutely.
with Tony Khan.
Oh yeah, dude. You can't. Again, it falls in line where you can't really please anybody. It just.
And I think it's going to get so bad that some fans are going to say, "Oh, we want Vince McMahon back."
That's the
us.
day that I'm
Not
gonna fucking
us.
die.
But
I'm
there
gonna
are going
die.
to be some of those freaking critics out there
Oh,
that
yeah.
are going to say, "We want Vince back."
But the
Yeah,
thing
okay.
is with Triple H, like starting in January, like it's a clean slate. He had to get rid of the rest of Vince McMahon's booking and stuff like that. Starting in January, I mean, this is his first full official year.
Uh-huh.
He started very late in the game. Triple H did. So
Yep.
I'm gonna give it some time and
Yeah,
see
same.
how it does.
100. I have to say I'm right there with you. What I hope for 2023 for WWE is just solid product. Just give me something solid. Give me some good old school long term storytelling. Give me some brutality. If you want to keep it clean. But give me something that compels me to not want more brutal shit.
Yeah.
I just hope in 2023 we get structure back. That's what I hope.
We
It's
need
just
structure.
So we
And
talked
both
about some.
emotions.
So we talked about some of our favorite returns, some of our favorite moments. What are some of your like most discussed news headlines when it comes to pro wrestling?
The scrum. All out
it's
scrum.
brawl out.
Mhm.
That was a huge thing. Vince McMahon, resigning from WWE like we
Biggest
talked
thing.
about earlier.
Yep.
That definitely was the biggest news story because nobody expected it. Like if you go back and listen to
Nobody.
any interview of anybody that worked in WWE, and they talk about Vince McMahon, being there and not leaving the company or whatever, everybody assumes that they would have found Vince McMahon dead in his chair.
Mhm.
That's the only way he would have left WWE. But the fact that he actually willingly resigned after all the allegations and everything, I mean, this year has been the most newsworthy fucking year in
Mhm.
pro wrestling.
Absolutely.
And also at the same time, like there was a time like earlier in the year where the news kind of died down, and then we decided to
Yeah.
start doing nostalgia episodes on like our greatest ladder matches, titles. We did
Yep.
video games, we did entrance music, and we even also did a DX episode too.
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
And
And
now
then
that
when
the
Trip-
news is getting hot, we got back into it, baby.
I mean,
Oh, fucking yeah.
you gotta go while the iron is striking hot, man. So
How about your favorite
Absolutely.
We Are Wrestling talk show episode this year?
oh,
We've done.
Mine's got to be the entrance
bit.
one. I had so much fun with that episode with you
I
guys.
like-
I gotta say the video game one. That one had me the most lit. That one had me the most lit.
I like the ladder match one because like I was young, but I remember like the triangle ladder match between Edge and Christian, the Hardys, and
I really dig the rest like the specific wrestlers' careers, like Randy Orton episode that we did, the
John
John
Cena
Cena episode
episode.
that we did. I enjoyed those a lot. But I think the video game one for me had to be the best because I really grinded the shit out of all of those old school fucking wrestling video games like SmackDown vs. Raw, 06, 07, went all the way up to 09. Here Comes the Pain, fucking
Please WWE
Judgment-
get out of
yeah.
get out of the 2K contract and give us THQ again.
Please.
Oh, I would love that.
Please.
You know what we're gonna have to do, man, in January, right?
Hmm.
It's the Raw 30th anniversary. We're
Oh,
gonna have to
yeah?
we're gonna have to make some
Watch
content
along.
based on some of our best Raw moments.
I'm with
you
it.
know?
I'm
I
with
am
it, man.
too.
There's been a lot of
I know
historic
old
moments.
school. I know the We Are Wrestling old school versus new school. Chaz and I, we have a whole episode coming out about Raw, the history of it.
So make sure you
Fuck
guys
yeah.
check that out, man.
Be sure to
1993
check
at
that
the
out in
Man-
2023,
It's every
man.
Monday starting January 9th.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
1993, the Manhattan Center. You think they're gonna utilize the Manhattan Center for the 30th anniversary? I mean, they
No.
got it, man. They
Probably
got it.
not.
That'd be fantastic.
That would be
I-
cool.
Are you forgetting a couple years ago when they had that other Raw anniversary? I can't remember which one it was.
25th?
Yes,
they-
that was a shit show.
They had part of it at the Manhattan Center and part of it at the Barclays Center.
I
That's fucking
felt
weird.
so bad for both crowds because they both got like shit from it. Like there
Yeah,
was
that's
like the
rough.
crowd that went to Manhattan was so mad that
They got
like
they
Barkley
got
had the good
Taker.
people. But then when you went to Barkley, people got mad that Manhattan had the legends and stuff. So like people were pissed because at times you had to watch on the screen what was going on at the other arena.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying. I couldn't imagine being through something like that.
Not gonna lie, that was one of the
Alright.
funniest fucking episodes ever. Like seeing
I
all
would-
those fans that bought tickets for that being so
You know,
pissed off.
I would love for them to bring back one of the old like stage setups or whatever for the 30th
Yes.
anniversary.
Give me the
That'd be
Raw's
pretty
War
awesome.
fucking stage setup, bro. Give me the Raw's War fucking
With-
stage
with-
setup, bro.
with the pillars.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, boy. Give me that old school.
We need something
Straight-
special for it.
SmackDown
have
30th.
to,
Give me the
man.
fist.
I'm worried about it because I don't want them to just be like, oh, it's the 30th anniversary of Raw, and then just have it be just like a random Raw episode.
Better
you
not.
know?
Yeah,
me.
no. Give again for SmackDown. Give me the fist that is ultimately getting thrown through that fucking glass shatter, stretched, my guy.
Yeah. But I do gotta say, like 2023 on the We Are Wrestling channel as well. During the big shows like Raw 30 and like if AEW does like a Winter is Coming or like a special like that, I will be doing probably dual watch alongs with Danny.
Hell fucking yeah.
Yeah.
That will
Absolutely.
be
It's
on the We
gonna
Are
be-
Wrestling channel and Danny H Vlogs channel.
Yeah, man. It's it's grind season, bro. Like we're
Hell
gonna
yeah, man.
we're gonna
2023 is the year of the
we're gonna
grind.
we're gonna enjoy tonight. We're gonna if anybody out there is gonna be going out and partying, make sure you bring a designated driver with you.
Hey, Don. I'll
Yep,
see you in a
That's
couple
right. I
hours.
don't drink, so I'm
I'll see you in a
definitely.
couple. I'll see you in a couple hours, buddy.
But
I don't
tonight
drink, so I'm like
tonight
designated
we're
driver.
gonna live it up. We're gonna enjoy our time, and starting in January,
Hell
bro.
yeah.
It's fucking grind time, man.
That's right. But before we close off this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show, there is one more topic that we do have to talk about.
Let's go.
And this will be our main event. The matches this year. There's been a
Oh,
lot
God,
of
man.
great matches in
excuse me.
2022. I know you guys already talked about Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, the Hell in the Cell match with the torn
Yeah.
pec.
Yeah,
What's another match that stands out to you guys this year?
I
I'll
would
let you
have
go
to,
first.
I would have to say Logan Paul and Roman Reigns.
Fuck, that was a good match.
Was.
Fuck,
I
that was
just,
a
I just
good
wish
match.
Logan Paul had more matches under his belt before he got a title
Yeah.
match, but that was great.
Oh yeah,
Great
no,
match.
it was a fucking just a great feel good match, I guess.
They had to put
Um,
they had to put a big match because they knew nobody was gonna watch the show. I would love to see the analytics to see how many people actually watch the Saudi shows.
I'm
Sure
gonna
you can find
say
it.
my favorite match of 22 in general has to be Steve Austin and Kevin Owens. It has to
Yes,
be my favorite in general of the year. Like it's so good seeing Stone Cold anywhere near a ring, but it's another thing entirely seeing him work a literal 15-minute no holds barred match against one of the literally the modern day Stone Cold Steve Austin. The one
Bro,
person that deserved it more than anybody. And it was just so fucking good. The way Kevin sold for everything that Steve did, the bumps that Steve took, like it was incredible. There wasn't one bad part in that match. Like it was just one of those
Well,
incredible
except
just
for the Vince
perfection
McMahon
match.
stunner.
That was fucking hilarious, and that added to the
That was
match. Don't
great,
at me,
though.
Don.
Oh,
Don't
no,
at
like,
me,
no,
boy.
I'm not criticizing it, but that was one botch
Oh,
that did happen.
another moment
One of the
for
best botches.
one of my favorite 2022 moments again. I'm sorry, I just have to bring it back to the other topic. Pat McAfee absolutely downing the beer and the camera after he got the shit stunnered out of him. That was one of the best moments of 2022, and his stunner in general when he just fucking fell right the fuck back. Even Austin
Bro.
Theory's cell was great.
Bro, I don't think anybody had a better year than Kevin Owens, man. I mean, he went into this year with a match against Steve Austin, building that match, having a match at WrestleMania with Steve
Fucking
Austin,
great.
and he ended the year last night
With his best
Part-
friend.
teaming
and
up
John Cena.
with John Cena, taking on Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns. Kevin Owens is just on fire, bro.
Yeah, I
is.
gotta say, if anybody's had a fun year, it definitely was Kevin Owens. I'm not gonna lie, he definitely had a fun year.
Sami Zayn also had a really fun year.
And
wrestling Johnny Knoxville, and then
This year
doing
was the year of the
storyline
fucking
angle
Zayn.
for him.
This year
Yeah.
was the year of the Zayn, all right? Fucking
Are you guys feeling
2022 is
Uzi,
the
man?
year of Sami Zayn. What's up?
Are you guys feeling Uzi?
I'm feeling Uzi as fuck
Always
right now.
very Uzi, especially New Year's Eve.
Uzi, bro.
Gotta feel
Uzi.
Uzi.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Us.
Hey, remember, Jay is better than Jimmy.
Jay is better than Jimmy. Abso-fucking-lutely. You can just see it in the physique.
That's right, Danny. You hear that? Jay is better than Jimmy. Jimmy's not better than Jay. Jay is
He will
better than
never
Jimmy.
be.
I still prefer Jimmy, but it's okay.
I love that. So with the
I'm
matches
gonna lose sleep
now,
tonight.
there are
thinking about that.
5 matches that really stood out to me this year that I was, going back and forth with.
Okay.
And for my WWE match of the year that I enjoyed, it actually was a few weeks ago on SmackDown. Ricochet versus Gunter.
That was a
Okay.
really good match.
That was a good
I
match.
enjoyed that match a lot for a televised show. That match was great.
Did you guys hear
Yeah.
what we're having next week?
Ooh, what's
No.
happening next week?
We're having Gunther defending the IC title against Braun Strowman.
Don't care.
Oh.
It's gonna be a good match, but
I
don't
kinda-
care
I-
about Braun
I was,
Strowman
I'm,
that
I'm
much.
kind of curious.
Same.
I'm kind of curious to know why
That was a
they didn't-
lukewarm
why-
re-debut.
I'm kind of curious
One
to
of
know
the
why
one
they
of the
didn't.
regrets probably Triple H has.
I'm kind of curious to know why they're not just gonna do that match at the Rumble, seeing as the Rumble's only 4 weeks away.
They should be doing that at the Rumble.
And another thing that really does disappoint me is the fact that Ricochet is in a. It's gonna be Ricochet versus Top Dollar in a Royal Rumble qualifying match.
What the fuck? That's horrible. They're gonna give Top Dollar a singles match after that botch he had jumping off the top rope, trying to be
nobody-
the Undertaker from WrestleMania 25.
Nobody said 2022 was perfect, man. It has to be without its flaws, you know.
For sure.
Okay, so yes, for my WWE match of the year was Ricochet Gunter.
Okay.
Now getting into the independent circuit, because there was a lot of independent shows I went to, and you guys also went to as
Yep.
well.
Yeah.
The one match that really stood out to me, Blitzkrieg Pro. We Are Wrestling, we sponsor shows for Blitzkrieg, and they had this killer match. Me and my fiance went to the show. It was this up-and-coming guy, The Prize, Alec Price, versus Impact Wrestling's Speedball Mike Bailey. This match for me was probably the match of the year out of all the ones I'm going to say, because this was a match where Spotfest actually worked. These guys would do crazy shit. And even the wrestlers sitting at their tables were freaking jumping off their chairs. And everybody was on their feet during this entire match from start to finish.
So the atmosphere really added to it.
Really added to it.
Good
And I
shit.
recommend if you have IWTV, $10 a month, that is a match you need to go look back at and watch ASAP.
Hell
Which I do
yeah.
have an IWTV account, and I will give you guys the information to watch that match.
Fuck yeah.
Now, getting into AEW's match of the year for me, it's a toss-up between the dog collar match with MJF and CM Punk, and also Cody Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara with both TNT titles ladder match.
Wasn't that Cody Rhodes' last appearance on AEW?
That was his last match. And Sammy Guevara had that sick friggin' drop on Cody Rhodes off the ladder.
Oh, nice.
That was a great match. Now getting into my tag team match of the year, the Acclaim versus Swerve in Our Glory All Out. That was an amazing match. Like the crowd going absolutely nuts. I wish the Acclaimed won that match, but still, just that match made the Acclaimed, like that brought them to the next level.
I think the reason why
Absolutely.
I think the reason why they didn't win is because nobody expected them to get that kind of reaction. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I mean?
and during the All Out media scrum, one of the reporters out there actually asked Tony Khan why, and this was in front of Keith Lee and Swerve, why they didn't call one of those like things where like you change an outcome of a match in the middle of it. And like that was, I think they should have definitely called that during that match.
One of my
Right
favorite
in front
tag
of them.
one of my favorite tag team matches this year. It's a recent one, but it's match number 3 again. FTR against the Briscoes in a dog collar match. Bro,
Brutal.
talk about a fucking like the brutality was on a whole nother level, man. Like
Hell yeah.
if you are a diehard pro wrestling fan, you're gonna enjoy that match.
Absolutely. And then for Impact Wrestling, because I did, pay attention on YouTube and like I did watch some highlights of it because they do have a pretty good roster and they do have pretty good matches. The problem is with Impact is nobody has access to Access TV.
By the way, I mean we can't finish off the year without acknowledging Don West, rest in peace. He was a huge staple when I was watching TNA back in like 05, between 05 and 2010, I believe.
R.I.P.
Him and
Don.
Mike Tenay so good.
Yeah, they were great together, man.
And for me, like the match that I really liked was the women's King of the Mountain match. This was a match I really loved watching in the early days of TNA that Jeff Jarrett created. And they actually brought it back and they did the first ever women's King of the Mountain match. And I thought that they had some really cool spots in there and it was a fun match overall.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I had to list, 5 different ones.
No, of course.
I figured, might as well. But is there anything else that you guys want to close off 2022 with while we're here?
It's
Learn
it's
from your
been-
shit.
Yeah, man.
Remember that health is wealth. Be kinder. Stop the fucking wrestling toxicity
Danny?
and grow. That's it. That's it. Just continue to grow
Yeah,
no
man.
matter what.
Absolutely.
Us from We Are Wrestling wish you guys a happy new year. Hope you guys
New Year,
have
guys.
you got to put life in perspective. You know what I mean? Like,
Self-reflection.
pretty much. Like Ben, me and you've known each other since 2013. Now we're going into 2023, bro, and it's
10 years, man.
It's pretty nuts, to be honest with you, man.
Hell yeah, and I remember every single fucking second. It's nuts. Absolutely wild.
So, just enjoy life. 2023 is going to be all about growth, and we're just going to get bigger and better. And like I said, man, we're all going to be growing in our separate platforms, but We Are Wrestling is definitely going to be a staple for years to come.
Oh yeah, man.
That's
Absolutely.
And my question to you, Danny, is with your music reactions, are you going to be posting content on there? Because I've been noticing you haven't really been posting much on there.
I'm gonna get back into it. Just I did it, 6-7 videos a day for 3 years. So I needed to take step away or whatever. Just
Take a breather.
Another one of my resolutions for 2023, and I don't really feel like resolutions mean a whole hell of a lot. But one thing I do want to do is I want to start doing the TSPR podcast again and get that up and running.
Yeah,
It's all about finding the time to do so. Because I want to do it, but I also don't want to overwork ourselves. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Because burnout is a real thing.
And
It really is.
doing the Two Sticks and Pure Rage podcast, I didn't realize how much of it relied on wrestling talk.
Yeah.
It's almost like we lost all discussion once we started the Weird Wrestling channel.
It was very, very wrestling based.
I had a good time. I had a good time on the Two Sticks and Pure Rage podcast when you guys interviewed me.
It's fucking nuts, man. Like it's been a long time.
I like the episodes to where we can reflect on like our friendship and like me and Ben did one.
We did a memory lane episode. Yeah.
That was.
I did listen to that. That was really good.
like hearing the inside scoop of just stupid shit that we did, in nuance, not without really kind of putting everything out there because it doesn't belong out there, but in nuanced, just kind of bringing up like the bigger moments and, just kind of, dissecting those things and, what was our frame of mind at the time when we went through those things and, how would we handle that today,
Yeah.
And I think that's like probably my favorite episode of Two Sticks and Pure Rage is anything that has to do with nostalgia and how, coming back from our roots and kind of discussing big moments in our lives and, what that was like behind the scenes inside,
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing is, I gotta say, with 2023, with the We Are Wrestling channel, I can't wait to expand the content over here
Yeah.
and do more podcasts because, Danny and I, we've actually talked behind the scenes. We're going to be working on a new podcast pretty soon. We're
gonna
not
be
going to get
lit,
into
man.
we're not going to get into full details just yet. We got to, get the episodes recorded and we got to, get everything rolling behind the scenes. And that's something I really want to do in 2023. I want to continue doing more podcasts. Chaz and I with the old school, new school. It's been a lot of fun working on that the last couple of months. And now we're ready to, start airing them, which I'm excited to do that.
And another
Yeah,
thing
man.
that I want to do is, I would like to open up our own merch store. So if you guys are interested in merch, We Are Wrestling hoodies, shirts, whatever, pants, coffee mugs, whatever, man.
We can
let us
throw
know.
all of our personal fucking YouTube channel shit in there as well. Just like one big ass fucking store, just where you can get all of our shit. We Are Wrestling,
Yeah, man.
Lone Ranger, Huckins. Like we can get all of our fucking merch in just one big ass fucking store.
Absolutely.
Like that'd be great. I'd like the end of 23.
And like another thing too, like with the We Are Wrestling channel, I definitely want to continue to expand the team so that we can keep getting more content out there. But
More
obviously,
editors.
the big three is always going to be the Lone Ranger, Danny Huckins, and Best One Donnie.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. We could definitely use some more editors and shit. So if you're an editor and have the time, let us know. Hit us up. It's gonna be absolutely
I feel
phenomenal
like-
if we could.
I feel like if we had an editor, we'd be able to pump out more content because all we'd have to be worried about is filming it. We wouldn't have to worry about editing it and doing the graphics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year in 2022, I actually, started working with an editor with Team Best One videos. Did cost me some money to do, but I needed
worth
to
it.
at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just take a
But
certain percentage.
For the We Are Wrestling Maniacs, let us know down in the comment section below how your 2022 was. We would love to hear it. We Are Wrestling. We all wish you guys a safe and happy New Year's.
Happy New Year, maniacs.
2023, We Are Wrestling is ready to kick some fucking ass.
No drinking and driving tonight, man.
That's right.
Stay
no drinking,
fucking
that's right.
safe, man. Call somebody or stay where the fuck you are and take a nap because
That's right.
Yeah.
You
no,
have
no drinking
crashing
and
at
driving.
my
you have
place.
this. You have this.
Already
man.
pre-planned. Yep.
There is
Use
no
it.
there's no
Yes,
excuse.
you have this right here, this thing right here for safety, and this has also ruined professional wrestling. We all can agree on that, right?
Yep.
With kayfabe and stuff. But if you
Absolutely.
guys enjoyed this week's episode, well, the last episode of this year for the We Are Wrestling Talk Show, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. The links are down in the description below. You can go follow all of us on our social medias and other YouTube pages. And if you are, you have a business or something and you want us to, work with us, our, business email is the first link in the description below.
Yeah,
in
boy.
addition, if you want shorter clips of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show, you can go follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All the links down below. And of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we'll see you next year because, of course, you already know we are taking over. Peace.